Top 10 UFO Encounters. Do you know that there have been several real UFO encounters on our planet, Earth? Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go over the top 10 UFO encounters. Number 10. Walter Rizzi develops telepathic abilities after chance meeting with aliens. Although the particulars of the encounter are not particularly bizarre, many in UFO circles believe that a pinch of salt should be kept on hand when it comes to the claims of Walter Rizzi of Bolzano, Italy, which he would make 10 years after a supposed incident in 1978. Rizzi would awaken to see a disc-shaped craft floating above his vehicle after pulling his car to the side of the road near an underpass to sleep. Perhaps more worrying was the humanoid figure surrounding him. Telepathy could be used by the being to interact with Rizzi. It's worth noting that, similar to Pullman's story, the alien Rizzi met explained how they were searching for vegetation, berries, and minerals that are abundant on Earth and extremely valuable to them, the witness would say in a manner similar to many other sightings of the time, though we should note that Rizzi waited a decade before speaking of the encounter, that he was warned of an imminent catastrophe that would impact roughly 80% of the world. Number 9. The Lights Above the New Jersey Turnpike, 2001. It's unusual for motorists to pull over on a highway and simply look up at the sky. But that is exactly what happened on July 14, 2001 on the New Jersey Turnpike. They were shocked to see strange orange and yellow lights in a V formation over the Arthur Kill Waterway, which connects Staten Island, New York, and Carteret, New Jersey. Around 15 minutes after 12 p.m., Lieutenant Daniel Tarrant of the Carteret Police Department, as well as other Metro Region occupants from the Throgs Neck Bridge on Long Island and Fort Lee, New Jersey, located near the George Washington Bridge, were among the many witnesses to the phenomenon. Air traffic controllers initially denied that any jets, military planes, or space flights could have triggered the mysterious lights. But a group known as the New York Strange Phenomena Investigators, NYSPI, claimed to have obtained FAA radar data that validated the UFO sightings from that evening. Number 8. The USS Nimitz Encounter, 2004. On November 14, 2004, the USS Princeton, part of the USS Nimitz transporter fleet, detected an unidentified aircraft on radar 100 miles off the coast of San Diego. The team had been following artifacts that appeared at a height of 80,000 feet for about 14 days before diving down to float directly over the Pacific Ocean. When two FA-18F fighter jets from the plane carrying the warship USS Nimitz arrived nearby, they first saw what seemed to be bubbling water with a remnant of an oval shape underneath the surface. At that point, a white tic-tac type object appeared over the water. It had no visible marks that would suggest an engine, wings, or walls, and infrared screens showed no fumes. Commander David Fravor of the Black Aces and Lieutenant Chief Jim Slate of Strike Force Squadron 41 tried to intercept the artifact, but it flew away, reappearing on the radar 60 miles away. It traveled at 3 times the speed of sound and more than double the speed of fighter jets. Number 7. O'Hare International Airport Saucer, 2006. Flight 446 was planning to depart from Chicago's O'Hare International Airport for North Carolina when a United Airlines agent on the landing area noticed a dull, dark, metallic specialty drifting over the entryway C-17. On November 7, 2006, a total of 12 United employees, along with a couple of observers outside the airport, detected the saucer-shaped aircraft at about 4:15 p.m. According to witnesses, it drifted for about 5 minutes before shooting upward into the atmosphere, where it broke an opening in the clouds above, allowing pilots and mechanics to see the blue sky. The article about this strange experience became the most read story on the Chicago Tribune's website at the time, and it made international headlines. Regardless, since the UFO was not seen on radar, the FAA classified it as a climatic wonder and refused to investigate. What's your point of view? Let us know in the comments sections down below. Number 6. The Stephenville Sightings, 2008. The small town of Stephenville, Texas, located 100 miles southwest of Dallas, is best known for its dairy farms. However, on the evening of January 8, 2008, several of its inhabitants observed something strange in the sky, in addition to the regular and boring cattle. Residents reported seeing white lights shining over Highway 67, first in a single-level curve, and then in vertical, equal lines. Steve Allen, a native pilot, claimed that the strobe lights crossed about a mile long and a half-mile high, flying at about 3,000 miles per hour. However, no sound was heard. Witnesses agreed that the event was reminiscent of the 1997 Phoenix Lights sightings. Although the United States Air Force discovered after weeks that F-16s were flying in the Brownwood military operational areas, just southwest of Stephenville, many people are not ready to embrace that explanation, thinking that what they saw was overly innovatively advanced in contrast to existing human capacities. Number 5. East Coast Go Fast Video, 2015. When the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program was announced in 2017, a video surfaced showing an encounter between an FA-18 Super Hornet and a mysterious aerial spectacle. The plane, seen along the East Coast on a Raytheon Advanced Targeting Forward-Looking Infrared ATFLIR pod, was identical to the one seen off the coast of San Diego in 2004. A speedy white oval about 45 feet long with no wings or an exhaust trail. The pilots tracked the object as high as 25,000 feet above the Atlantic Ocean as it drifted away and turned on its axis. There was never any explanation about this incident. Number 4. The Rendlesham Forest Incident. In some cases referred to as England's Roswell, the most prominent UFO sightings in the United Kingdom were accounted for in late 1980 on a Royal Air Force Army base near England's East Drift. The first sighting occurred on December 26 that year, when 2 United States Air Force personnel confirmed seeing lights falling to Earth over nearby Rendlesham Forest at about 3 a.m. As per an authorized Air Force reminder that later reported the episode, the servicemen entered the backwoods to explore and saw a metallic item radiating lights and moving around. When neighborhood cops arrived, they reportedly saw no lights other than the brilliant signal of a nearby beacon, but later discovered marks close to the site. More servicemen went to investigate the forest site a few days later and reported seeing 3 bright lights in the sky that shone for a long time. Space experts and analysts have challenged the sightings as bright stars and the site markings as animal-made spaces, although the lieutenant who wrote the note and a couple of witnesses have maintained what they said in December 1980. Number 3. Battle of Los Angeles. According to a guidebook distributed by the National UFO Reporting Center, California topped the list of states with the most detailed UFO sightings, with the greatest number of occurrences reported in Los Angeles between 2001 and 2015. During World War II, one of the most extraordinary first sightings in the Sunshine State occurred in February 1942 during an extraordinary military invasion. The attack on Pearl Harbor had occurred just a few days before, and military units on the California coast were ordered to prepare for Japanese attacks on the evening of February 24th. On the morning of February 25th, an unidentified plane was spotted on radar 120 miles west of Los Angeles before vanishing. Airstrike warnings were issued, a citywide power outage was implemented, magnificent enemy of aeroplane searchlights penetrated the night sky, and a mass defense air assault was launched. Reports of unidentified flying objects, strange aircraft, and even plane accidents flooded neighborhood police divisions. The widespread insanity resulted in the deaths of at least 5 average citizens as a result of heart attacks and fender benders during the citywide power outage, as well as major property damage from shrapnel. It was later discovered that the anonymous article did not come from an enemy fighter. A few conflicting accounts from observers, the public authorities, and newspapers at the time reported to have seen inflatables, jets, floating documents, and other wonders in the night sky, contributing to the mystery and wartime mistrust. Number 2. The 1952 Washington, D.C. UFO incident. It all started with a strange and surprising airplane on military radars, much like other unmistakable UFO reports. On July 19, 1952, air traffic controllers at Ronald Reagan National Airport detected some shiftings on their radars from planes that weren't supposed to be nearby. And strangely, they flew at unexpected speeds that the radar screens couldn't track. The following week, onlooker accounts from area citizens, aircraft team members, and military faculty reported seeing glimmers of light zooming in the sky, among other unusual events. The Air Force held the largest question and answer session since World War II to discuss the unusual movement, which they attributed to stars, meteors, and meteorological wonders such as temperature reversal, generating energy that could be detected by radars. Number 1. The Belgian UFO Wave. For what seems like an eternity, the phrase flying saucer has been associated with depictions of UFO sightings. In any case, the term was coined by the press after a sighting was registered by pilot Kenneth Arnold in 1947, the same year as the Roswell incident. Arnold found bright light reflected off the side of his plane while flying to Yakima, Washington, for a business trip. Surprisingly, he claimed to have seen 9 planes flying in a V formation towards Mount Rainier at about 1,700 miles per hour. He described the development as a saucer if you miss it over water, which newspapers misinterpreted to mean the aircrafts were shaped like saucers, giving rise to the name. Several UFO sightings were recorded over the next few weeks, trailed by the biggest incident in Roswell. With that being said, here we come to the end of our list of the top 10 UFO encounters. I hope you liked this video. If so, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss any video. See you in the next video. Until then, take care. Thanks for watching.